सबैजना बोस्टन जाने भनेर बोस्टन बाटो अन द वे टु बोस्टन तुला बढी मिडियम अब यहाँ चट्ट लाएर अनि लिन से लिन
मैले खाएको ल अप्ठ्यारो नमान्नुहोस्
यो बोस्टनमा टेस्ट अफ हिमालय होइन नेपाली इन्डियन ओपन न्यु ओपन चाहिँ ल अब हामी यहाँतिर चाहिँ लाग्यो ल हिँड्दैन भित्र हिँड्नु मेरो साङ्गे हाम्रो साङ्गे भाइको रेस्टुरेन्ट वाला वाला हो सरजी नमस्कार
नखाने भएपछि त्यस्तै हुन्छ पिरो पनि नखाएर धेरै भन्छ
Boston downtown. Such a good The Boston Tower put again, yeah? The Hollywood Kizani. यानी कि हजुर आएन नि अनि Ready? Hello. No problem. cái đó đây đấy cá đó à
Cá măng cũng như cái xịt đồ rồi. Ăn với cả bánh bột sữa lấy.
Do you know Quackovia? Tiny, tiny, tiny little place, the Grand Duchy of Quackovia. It's so small it makes Liechtenstein look big. But I'm the chairman of the Department of Trivial Studies. Street. We're going to go up State Street. State Street used to be called King Street, back when we had a king. Atlantic Avenue there, the harbor right here. The harbor used to be huge. It was twice as big as it is today. They filled it all in. Boston Harbor was twice as big. The Charles River in 1800, Customs Department. It was on the water when they built it. Ships would come right up to the customs house in the river. But we'll talk about other stuff. Sometimes they call me Louis Landfill. You know, I got carried away. The seat of the British government. The lion is for England. So they were harassing the British soldiers. They were throwing snowballs at them and rocks and bottles. They got kind of confused. That's where the jail used to be. On Queen Street. Court Street used to be Queen Street. Put on trial before an American jury. An American jury found the soldiers not guilty. Said they acted in self-defense. So we call it the Boston Massacre. That nice granite building. You know, the king wanted a church here in Boston. You couldn't blame him, because King's Chapel burial ground, that's where Governor Winthrop is buried. A lot of the founders. He took part of the King's Chapel. Parker House is the oldest hotel in the United States. Ho Chi Minh were pretty brave. They were all very brave. Here's Boston Common, 1634. The oldest public park in America. Family from Virginia, the Allen family. There's a statue of Poe right over there, right on the corner where he was born. He hated Boston. He thought it was the most snobbish Boston. 250 feet high. It was designed by Henry Hobson Richards. Doesn't own it anymore. It's really 200 Clarendon Street, but we still call it the Hancock Tower. Force of habit. Here's Hanover Parade. It's for the Jimmy Fund. The Jimmy Fund, the Fight Against Children's Cancer, the Dana-Farber Cancer Institute. That's a great cause here in Boston. They've been going on since 1948. They were started by the Red Sox way back in the 40s. So if you want to donate, you can actually scan the cow with your phone and you can give a donation if you want. Or if you really want to, here's Trinity Church again. Trinity Church was built just a few years later, 1878. They were going to make the tower twice as tall. Pricey. But you can visit for free. You know, if it's free, it's for me. That's what I say. It's like being back in the 19th century. Beautiful Federalist architecture. Charles Bulfinch was the big architect in Boston right after the Revolution. Designed dozens of buildings. There's the Somerset Club on the left. Kind of hoity-toity. They had a fire at the Somerset Club, 1945. Firemen went to the front door to put out the fire. The butlers came to the door. They said, "I'm sorry, you're not members. Please use the servants' entrance." To the firemen. Can you imagine? I would have said, "Burn, baby, burn," with all due respect, I think. There's John F. Kennedy, one of 4 U.S. presidents born in Massachusetts, our 35th president. Born in Brookline, just outside. No president born in Boston. Kennedy lived here for a while. I'm not sure if any of the other presidents from Boston lived here in Massachusetts. John Adams lived here. Sure he did. up. It was a radical book in its time. It was the first book in America to sell more than 1 million copies, and a big part of the culture. Mrs. Stowe, William Lloyd Garrison, Charles Sumner. Up on Beacon Hill is the oldest. That's to the ambiance, I think. You know? All right. Captain's going to turn on the propeller. Always fun. So, biggest flood in the history of Boston, the most devastating flood, at least in modern history. It was like 100 years ago, just over 100 years ago, 1919, January 1919, over in the north end of it. All right, welcome to the Charles River, everybody. This is the upper basin, the main part of the river. Boston's on the left, Cambridge is on the right. Cambridge is a separate city. It has about 100,000 people, so it's the 5th largest city in Massachusetts. It's one of the biomedical research centers of the country. Harvard's about 2 miles away, 2 miles to the north, Harvard University. MIT a little bit, not even 3 feet wide at that point, so. They say you can't judge a river by tourism's number 4, we're part of that. But Mass General was the first teaching hospital in the United States. It was established as the teaching hospital for Harvard Medical School. First, there's the State House again. We were up there not too long ago. The dome was originally made out of wood on the State House. It was just a white wooden dome, a dome painted white. But it sprang a leak around 1806, so they had Paul Revere put copper over it. Around 18, he was from Boston originally, and he grew up in the West End, which was the neighborhood that was all the little tenement houses on the other side of the hospital, the West End. And he went to community boating in the 40s, one of their first plans. So on a hot day, it had a lot of atmosphere. It had more atmosphere than you wanted on a hot day, really. But a lot of us remember the old garden. You know, the circus would come to town every year, the ice capades. One year the circus came to town, one of the monkeys got away and escaped. It went up into the rafters of the old garden, and they looked and looked, they couldn't find it. So finally they had to leave, so they left the monkey behind as they marked it. This is the Greenway, the Rose Kennedy Greenway. It replaced the highway. Instead of the highway, we have its very topography, its very shape if necessary. So I hope you want to go back and explore some of the things you saw today with Professor Von Trivia. Let's hear it for Captain Andy. He did a great job getting us around the city. If you'd like to.
त्यस्तै पार्किङ त हरेक ठाउँमा थियो रेस्टुरेन्ट जाने अघि 35 मिनट लाने होटल जाने आज त 13 मिनटमै पुग्दछ नि हामी त हिँड्दै अहिले त ट्राफिकले गर्दाखेरि ड्राइभ गरेर हिँड्दै यसरी चाइना के भन्छ चाइना टाउन नजिक हो नजिक हुन्छ यता खाना आज उयो भियतनामिज रेस्टुरेन्ट अथवा कुन रेस्टुरेन्ट खाने रे त्यहाँ के खाने होला ल भन न कुन चाहिँ रेस्टुरेन्ट खाने ल ठ्याक्कै भन त अहिले फेरि हामी क्रस भइसक्यो फेरि गाह्रो हुन्छ थाई खाने kia ta to ra da ne ba ga sa ga ba ga अब यही हो चाइना टाउन अब यही हो नि अब रेस्टुरेन्ट यो सबै यो अब कुन चाहिँ
कम्पुटी मैले त्यही भने कम्पुटी भने छोरीले पनि मैले नि कम्पुटी भने टी के बेबी टी कम्पुटी
त्यस्तै होला अहिले के हो चियाको के हो सो हेर्नुपर्छ
होइन
छैन कि अलिकति त्यो उयोको
자, 맞아.
비프래요? 비프.
झरेछ त्यो त्यो ब्यागमा लगेर होला किने त्यसलाई ड्रप खसेर अब हामी आइपुग्यो होटलमा ठ्याक्कै लाएर हामी होटलमा आइपुग्यो हाम्रो होटल यो बस्टनमा ल अहिले कस्तो छ रुम राम्रो छ है
My lucky numbers are we have
오 와우 하는다
this was even better. Why?
अब पप मछली खाने पप 가네. 맛있네, 머리. 내 둘로 봐라, 시라니, 막로 봐라. 하나. 알았어. 이런 딸기 와서. 이제 와서 그러냐. 뭐 언니다. 그래 아미 아프게 돼. It's a breakfast time for everyone. 맞아요. 맞아. 잘해. ये बात तो घुमा रहे घूमे कर रहे हैं और फिर यहाँ फिर खाना कैसे घुमाना कति और एक्सिट लिनु पर्ने थियो त एकदम त्यो पब्लिक के सिजन हो
Era harangi. Tigra dimda baba. Oh,
Ya se va a hacer una